The key thing here, Mr. Speaker, and I wish Honorable Wu can sit and listen to others as we listened to him, Mr. Speaker. In terms of the allocation, Mr. Speaker, there is the 620 million that was meant to the cancer center. Mr. Speaker, that is something that really we want an answer. And the Committee of Health will need to sit down and tell us what's happening. Because as a member who has been in this House for the last 2 terms, this is my 3rd term, Mr. Speaker, the cancer center is a key component of Kisii County. And if you look at the Lake Region Economic Bloc, Kisii has been leading in health facility. I'm glad about the Mother-Child Hospital and all the other issues of developing medical facilities. Mr. Speaker, one of the key components that we want to develop in the health sector is cancer center, together with developing Kisii University and other medical areas to be able to train the best personnel in medical. So that is something that the Committee on Health needs to tell us what has happened to reallocate or to delete that vote. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, in terms of health, the 30 million given to 10 sub-county hospitals as opposed to 2 hospitals, Nyamache and Ogembo. Mr. Speaker, it's not enough. We debated and we agreed that we need also to consider the other sub-county hospitals. Because, Mr. Speaker, we want to develop the referral system from the smaller facilities, level 1, 2, 3, to level 4s that are working. As it is, Mr. Speaker, the level 4s we have are only by name. Many of them are not functional. So, Mr. Speaker, the 30 million, we also want it to go. I want money in Marani. That's why I'm elected from there. I want also, as much as Ogembo has got, I want also Maran to get. Mr. Speaker, the other point that is there, that Kisii is agricultural and is also a commercial. Mr. Speaker, we must focus more on the roads and infrastructure that leads to markets and also enable our people to get credit facilities to be able to do business. Mr. Speaker, the other aspect is water. We need water to go to every household. Mr. Speaker, we want to see more allocation to this department. And Mr. Speaker, I want to conclude with 2 things. One, and this is what I want the government side to listen to. Mr. Speaker, we can allocate even 100 million to Maran Ward. But if this money is not procured, Mr. Speaker, it doesn't make sense. The challenge the government of Simba Arati is facing is that they are late in procurement, Mr. Speaker. This is December, procurement is not complete, so when is work going to start? And it's our work as the minority side to remind the government that Governor Simba Arati needs to hit the ground and raise the projects to start. The money is here. We are going to pass the supplementary budget. We passed the budget leader, and now what we want is action on the ground, Mr. Speaker. Even if we procure 10 million for Maran Ward, if it's not put to action, Mr. Speaker, it doesn't make sense. So, Mr. Speaker, what I want to urge the government, and I want a chairman budget where the docket of procurement is, to know that we are late in doing procurement. We are now finishing the 2nd quarter of this financial year. Mr. Speaker, we are remaining with 1 quarter, that is from January to March. From April, Mr. Speaker, next year, Honorable Wandari can agree with me, the national government, treasury, they start closing down IFMIS. Because, Mr. Speaker, we know that money in Kenya is not enough. It's scarce. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, we as an assembly have not affected our budget, particularly the current. Mr. Speaker, when I look at the honorable members here, there are certain aspects they expect us to do for them as an assembly. One of the other that they want is constructing offices for the honorable members at the ward level, but also constructing the chambers, the new chambers, Mr. Speaker, because this one is not good enough. For prosperity of Kisii County, we need chambers, Mr. Speaker, and we have visited. Honorable members have gone to Nakuru, they have seen what they have. We have seen to Nairobi, we have seen what they have, Mr. Speaker. For us to be honorable, we need certain things. We need security for the members here. We need to have presence that are safe, Mr. Speaker. So I want to urge that going forward, let us do this, because this is an item that has remained the budget for so long. So, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of this site, what we want to urge the government is to hit the ground running so that they can do procurement. Even if we have 27 million for the wards, Mr. Speaker, if it's not procured, even if we have 100, if it's not procured, it doesn't. So we need to move from paper money to money that can hit the ground. And Mr. Speaker, also lastly, for your information, I am glad, because when we asked the chairman budget, it is also true that some of the contractors have started to be paid. Mr. Speaker, there is no money enough in circulation in this county. We need